So hello guys, welcome to episode 11 of our F1 Manager Season 3 here on the channel. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, right, just go back and watch it because what a time we had in Austria. My word, we won the Austrian Grand Prix, we won at the Red Bull Ring, Pierre Gasly came in P4, it was a fantastic race. You've got to go back and watch it if you didn't, but I know you did anyway, so let's leave that there. This weekend, we head to the British Grand Prix, but let's just check on the standings because, constructor standings-wise, we're back up into P4. We're only 3 points behind Mercedes. We're only 13 points behind Ferrari, who we are managing in our live stream, so you might want to check those out as well. Hopefully, I've got a decent schedule up by the time this comes out. Driver standings-wise, Max Verstappen is leading the way from his teammate George Russell. But Lando Norris is still very much in the fight, at least for P2 with George. Pierre Gasly now up into the top 10 as well, which is ideal. F2 standings, we've got Frederick Vesti still leading and Trident leading the Constructors. And of course, MP Motorsport have just taken the lead and Caio Collet in the F3. So that's all that's sorted out. As mentioned, we do head to Silverstone. It's my home Grand Prix and I fancy a win here. 52 laps around here. First Grand Prix in 1950. Max Verstappen holds a lap record, but car attributes, high speed cornering. We are the best car on the grid at high speed cornering. Therefore, I fancy winning the race. I don't know about you, but I'm going to get through practice and I shall see you in qualifying for the British Grand Prix. Final laps then in Q3, and it's got to be said, it's been Red Bull versus Andretti all day long in qualifying. It must be said the Red Bulls have normally been 1-2 and we've been 3-4, but at this moment you can see both our cars there flying round. And it must be said, I don't think we're going to do enough. Pierre Gasly drops down to P7. That's so disappointing for Pierre, but Lando Norris does stay in P3. It's going to be Verstappen on pole. But my word, we've given him a good go there. Lando Norris can take the fight to the two Red Bulls. Pierre Gasly will be bitterly disappointed to be down there because I think we've got more pace than that this weekend. But let's get into the strategies. We could get another win here. Right then, guys. Very unusual we do this, but we are going to split the strategy. So Lando Norris is going on the two-stop. Keep an eye on this on your right-hand side. A 1:18.46. Apparently the one-stop is 3 seconds quicker, but I would suggest that Lando's got the pace to make the tyres work and we can really push on these. So that's my idea with Lando Norris. Pierre Gasly is going to start on the mediums and go on to the hards. I would suggest the two stops, normally the quicker, but Lando Norris I'm sure will make it work. So P3 for Lando, P7 for Pierre Gasly. Splitting the strategy. Let's see which one pays off.
The British Grand Prix is nearly upon us. The drivers composing themselves on the grid ahead of 52 laps around Silverstone. Now, this could be an important race for Pierre Gasly.
They've done really well to secure a P7 start. Some solid points could be on the cards today.
But there's no more time left. We've got a race on our hands. Anticipation is high, and the drivers are ready for this. The British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And away we go, and straight away we are shifting Lando Norris onto aggressive overtaking because I think he can get past these Red Bulls, both Red Bulls on the medium compounder tyre. We've seen somebody go tumbling down the order straight away. That's helped Pierre Gasly massively at the start. He's up into P5 straight away, but let's have a look at this crash off the start. Esteban Ocon in P5. I think Pierre Gasly is going to do well to avoid this. He just crashes into the Williams, who's on the soft compounder tyre. What a way to start your British Grand Prix, but that's worked well because Lando Norris now right on the back of these two Red Bulls and straight away looking to attack, and it's George Russell straight away who's looking to attack because Lando Norris is all over the back. It's the two British drivers against the Dutchman, and Pierre Gasly will be thinking, could I attack Valtteri Bottas here as well and stay in the mix with this front three? But Piastri's also had a spin. It's been a really impactful start. At the start, we can see the two McLarens and Piastri just getting a little bit trigger happy on the throttle. And wow, he's just had a snap. He's not happy with that. And to be fair, that's one of the better animations I've seen so far this year. But Lando Norris straight away trying to put some distance between himself and Valtteri Bottas and get at these two Red Bulls. But as we come towards the middle part of lap 1, we've got Verstappen leading from George Russell. Norris in P3, Bottas in P4. Then comes Pierre Gasly, who's right on the back of the Finnish driver. Mick Schumacher in P6 in the Audi as well. Both Audis performing very well this weekend, it must be said. Then comes Zhou Guanyu, Checo Perez in the Ferrari in P8. Then comes Carlos Sainz, Nick de Vries, and at the back we can see Giovinazzi and Ocon, who had that tumble in turn 1. Lap 5, first overtaking, it's Pierre Gasly getting past Valtteri Bottas. Lovely work from our French driver. It must be said, we don't have favourites here at Andretti Cadillac. We know that Lando Norris is leading in the championship in terms of our two drivers at this moment in time. But Pierre Gasly is one hell of a driver, and Lando Norris is going for a move round the outside. Can't quite get it done. We're just going to tell Lando to calm down a little bit now, because as much as he's trying to overtake George Russell, it's not really necessary at this moment in time. We can probably make up the time when we go on to the 2-stop. It's going to be interesting to see if we can pull this 2-stop off and absolutely blitz the 2 Red Bulls. But Pierre Gasly now up into P4. He's got the 2 Audis on his back as well. If he could drop them, that would be ideal. It's a very different race, it must be said, for Pierre Gasly than the cars around him. But in lap 6, Russell leads from Verstappen, but Norris hanging on. Oscar Piastri is not enjoying his day. Oscar Piastri, as we know, saw one spin already. He's done the exact same thing, and he just keeps on spinning. He just keeps on spinning, does the Australian driver. He's not having a good day at all, Oscar Piastri. I mean, honestly, these guys must be dizzy. He looks like he's dizzy in the background. She's very upset as well. But Oscar Piastri not having a great day. Lando Norris is, though, because he looks like he's just got Max Verstappen, and now he's got George Russell in his sights. So fair play to Lando Norris. He's doing the business today. Pierre Gasly is pulling out on Valtteri Bottas. I'm wondering, could we pull away from Bottas here and just drop him out of DRS? That's the plan. Lap 7. We've got another crash on circuit, and once again, Valtteri Bottas. Oh no, this is so bad for the Audis if they come together. I mean, it's a little tap. I mean, the 2 Audis have been so good this weekend. And Valtteri Bottas, he's not happy with his teammates at all. And these guys, I mean, this guy can't even look. But my word, the Audis, oh, it's despair. And you can sense why, because the 2 Audis have been so good so far this weekend. Gasly's dropped Bottas by 3 seconds. Norris is battling Russell. The British F1 fans would be loving this at this moment in time as Lando Norris chases after George Russell in that Red Bull Ford. Down in towards the left-hander. It's great work from both these two at this moment, but we're going to have a full rundown. It's Russell who's got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, leading from Lando Norris. Verstappen in P3, Gasly in P4. Then comes Bottas, Schumacher, Zhou, Perez in P8, Sainz in P9 and Leclerc in P10. It must be said, the Andretti Cadillacs look like they've swapped positions with Ferraris in the constructors at this moment in time, but Lando Norris is looking really good at this moment. Remember, he's on the 2-stop. We expect the Red Bulls to be on the 1-stop. And Lando Norris leads the British Grand Prix. He got the DRS, and then it was simple. He got the move done before the braking zone, just about. Russell tried to defend it, but we've got the traction on those tyres at this moment in time, and Lando Norris leads the British Grand Prix. And on lap 15, Lando Norris is coming in for his first pit stop, and I reckon the 2-stop might beat the 1-stop today. The data say no, but my mind's telling me yes. Lando Norris is into the pits, and we need a good pit stop, it must be said. Pierre Gasly, I've not even had to look at what Pierre Gasly's doing. He's got a 5-second gap. Let's have a look, please be a good pit stop. It's not bad, 2.9 seconds for Lando Norris. Pierre Gasly, yeah, he's got a lovely gap at the moment. Where is Lando Norris going to come out? I'm hoping he's going to come out in a bit of clean air. That would be the dream. Lando Norris just trundling out of the pit lane. Danny Ricciardo way back down. And clean air indeed he is in. Lando Norris, first pit stop completed. Right, time to push, my friend. Lando Norris is absolutely cooking on the proverbial gas here, because he's just got past his old team that involves Kevin Magnussen now. Lovely move round the outside. These tyres are paying dividends at this moment in time. And Lando Norris, we can see this gaggle of cars he's catching up to. We are hoping that a few of them may pit at this moment in time. But these tyres at the moment, I mean, let's have a look at the lap times. Lando Norris a 1:30.8 last lap. Verstappen a 1:30.7. So Verstappen's tyres holding on, but he's pushing on well now, Lando Norris. Lap 23, we see Lando Norris overtaking Stroll, and it must be said he's hit quite a bit of traffic here, Lando Norris, in this stint, but he's getting round them one by one. And then we've just seen a few of them pit there. What we've also just seen is Max Verstappen into the pits. Verstappen has just come out. Has he come out of the pits, Max Verstappen? He has, on the hard compound tyre. So Lando Norris has not managed to undercut him. Not ideal at all. And Lando Norris has got to pits again. Pierre Gasly now is the one. His tyres are not bad at all. He's running on. We will be pitting Gasly in 2 or 3 laps' time. Russell is into the pits on lap 25, and it's a decent stop once again. Norris now is nearly back on the back of Verstappen. We will be pitting Pierre Gasly this lap, but where is George Russell going to come out? And is Lando Norris going to have managed to undercut him a little bit? He certainly has. Norris has already passed him. He's chasing after Verstappen at a rate of knots. We're going to deploy a little bit to get in his DRS, and Pierre Gasly will be in next lap. And on lap 25, Pierre Gasly is in. Now, let's see. We can see there Lando Norris has just retaken the lead of the Grand Prix. Of course, he's got to pit again. But we'll have a little look at this overtake, to be fair. Lando Norris, DRS wide open. Got the run on Max Verstappen on those medium compounder tyres. Lovely work from Lando Norris. He's going to be quick towards the end, is Lando Norris. I can assure you of that. There's definitely a podium on the cards today for Lando. Is there a podium today for Pierre Gasly? Let's see if we get a decent pit stop. Hard compounded tyre, and it's not that bad. It's 3.3. We like a sub 3 second one if we can get it. But Pierre Gasly, where is he going to come out? Because he's been in sort of a race of his own all weekend, it must be said, as Pierre Gasly. We can see Russell's 10 seconds back from Norris. We ideally want to keep that gap. Pierre Gasly just behind. Is that Théo Pourchaire? Théo Pourchaire was on the soft compounded tyre. Leclerc is as well. They've all got to stop again. Gasly is in a nice position. He's got to get those tyres up to temperature rather quickly. And it must be said, Lando Norris looks like he's just lost the lead of the Grand Prix. Are we going to get a replay of this just before we cut? Are we going to get a replay? No, we are not. Théo Pourchaire, he's had a fantastic start to the season, but he's just gone and done this. We can see Pierre Gasly in the background, and he just locked up badly into the gravel trap. He saved it quite well, to be fair, but we saw Pourchaire and Gasly coming together in a few races ago in Spain, so Gasly probably quite glad to see him go escaping into the gravel there. Lando Norris, though, he's just lost the DRS of Max Verstappen. We are pushing to try and stay in that DRS because that's helping us against his teammate George Russell, but we are also seeing Pierre Gasly getting past Alexander Albon in the Aston Martin, and that's lovely work. Pierre Gasly now up to P5. All the pit stops made for Pierre Gasly. He's just got Charles Leclerc to pass once again. You've got to fancy one Andretti Cadillac on the podium today. Which one it's going to be, I'm not too sure, but Pierre Gasly has made light work of Charles Leclerc. He's now up into P4 on track. Remember, Lando obviously has got to stop again, and I expect Lando to be chasing down the leaders at the end, but Pierre Gasly into P4. Maybe we'll have 2 Andretti Cadillacs on the podium today, but Lando Norris now has got a 13-second gap on George Russell. He's going to be mighty quick towards the end. We have another crash on circuit. We are getting some crashes in this series this season. And Esteban Ocon, he had a crash at the start of the Grand Prix. And maybe the fact that he's only got half a rear wing might have contributed to that. But he couldn't get it stopped. And now the Hugo Boss has only got half a rear wing as well. Esteban Ocon smashing into the back of the Hugo Boss car. And that really is all she wrote. I'd retire the car if I were Esteban Ocon. Lando Norris is sticking with Max Verstappen beautifully on these tyres. And Pierre Gasly is just tottering along in his own little world at this moment. He's nobody in front of him really that he can catch. He's nobody really behind him to be concerned about. What a lovely drive round the British countryside for Pierre Gasly. Lap 34, Lando Norris boxing this lap. If he has a good pit stop here and gets out in front of Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly's not going to fight him, I can assure you of that. And then he's going to have, 18 laps to catch 20-odd seconds on fresh medium compounder tyre. I mean, Esteban Ocon is having possibly the worst day he's ever had. But this needs to be a good pit stop, guys. Please let it be a good one. And it's not bad at all, 2.9 seconds. It's a sub 3 second stop. So the state of play will be this. Pierre Gasly is currently now on the podium. He's going to overtake his teammate. I would suggest he is. Or is Lando Norris going to get out in front of him? Lando Norris is going to just be out behind him. Pierre Gasly is not going to fight his teammate. That is for sure. And Lando Norris has got 17 laps to close a 22-second gap on Max Verstappen, who's on 68% hards. Lando Norris is on fresh medium compound tyres. This is going to be one hell of an ending. And the swap is about to happen. Pierre Gasly has been told, you let Lando Norris pass. Probably not quite like that, I must add. But he's let him pass, so that's it. Lando Norris now, you have got to go and catch Max Verstappen. Pierre Gasly didn't need to lose that much time, it must be said. He's got Perez behind him on hard compound. I don't see any threat to Pierre Gasly today, but there certainly is going to be a threat to Russell and Verstappen, and that man is going to be Lando Norris. We have got 16 laps to go. Come on, Lando. It took longer than we wanted, but Lando Norris has finally got past George Russell. He's got the DRS wide open, and that was lovely. Round the outside, Lando Norris is up into P2. Now, the state of play is this. Lando Norris has got 8 seconds. He's got a Red Bull on his back that seems to be pushing him all the way here. Lando Norris has got to try his utmost to catch Max Verstappen. He's got so much better tyres. Pierre Gasly, as we've said, he's just in a league of his own at this moment in time. But we are now all praying that Lando can drop George Russell and chase down Verstappen. Lap 51, it's looking a little bit out of reach. 2.2 seconds. Are we going to be able to catch Max Verstappen? We'll have a full rundown. We've got Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Gasly's in P4, Stroll showing P6, Bottas P7, Perez 8th, Sainz 9th, and Schumacher 10th. 1.9 seconds is the gap. Lando Norris is giving it absolutely everything just to try and get in the DRS. Because if he could do that, anything could possibly happen. Verstappen's tyres are going to die before ours do. This last lap is going to be crucial. Final lap of the Grand Prix, and Lando Norris is just giving it everything to try and catch Max Verstappen. 1.5 seconds is the gap at the moment. Verstappen's tyres are nearly dead. But Lando Norris's aren't much better, and he's just giving it everything. We can't push on the fuel because we'll not finish the race. Verstappen is just going to have enough in the tank to beat Lando Norris today, and it is so disappointing. We know that the tyres are going to one lap more, and I reckon we would have won this race. But Lando Norris, you can see him. It's so tantalisingly close. 1.5 seconds is the gap. And you may let me know down in the comments, would you have gone for the one stop? Did we get it right? But Lando Norris, I mean, look at this. We are going to be a second behind, and possibly not passing George Russell as quickly as we needed to is going to cost us. But Max Verstappen wins at Silverstone. Lando Norris P2. And I've got to say, I can't really grumble at that. Lando Norris has given it everything today. George Russell finishes in P3. Pierre Gasly, P4. It's been a fantastic race for the team once again, as we just see Pierre Gasly coming round the final corner. Great race for Pierre. Great race for Lando. Credit to Max Verstappen and Red Bull. But we've given them one hell of a go today. Let's get to the podium.
What a remarkable drive by Lando Norris today.
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
And you love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. Lando Norris certainly loves a podium, heading up there now to celebrate again.
And their podium count for this season alone now stretches to 4.
Well, there we have it. Max Verstappen celebrating. Lando looks very pleased at his home Grand Prix, celebrating with the champagne. But my word, how close were we to getting that win? Verstappen, as we saw, Norris P2, Russell in P3, 2 British drivers on the podium at Silverstone. That'll be rather popular. Pierre Gasly in P4, Lance Stroll gaining 10 places for the Aston Martin. Fair play to him. Zhou P6, Perez P7, and Leclerc in P10. Driver standings wise, Verstappen gains 26 points, 265 he's on now, Russell on 184. Lando Norris very much looks like he's going to secure P3, 136 points. Could we catch George Russell? Of course we could. Pierre Gasly, 12 points, takes him up to 50. A half century for Pierre Gasly, and he's going to catch Esteban Ocon. I just know it. Constructors standings wise, we are now back to second in the Constructors. Red Bull look like they're going to win it just by a bit, but we could possibly beat Ferrari and Mercedes this season, and P2 in the Constructors would be some achievement. I hope you've enjoyed that one. Please do like and subscribe. I mean, we're getting so close to these Red Bulls. Can we topple them?